What if the next global disaster isn't a pandemic, a meteor, or a nuclear crisis, but a volcanic eruption so massive it could shut down air travel, bury cities, and change the climate of the entire planet? What if several of these volcanoes are already overdue and could erupt at any moment? And what if scientists already know which ones we need to worry about? Today, we are diving into the world's most dangerous active volcanoes, the ones restless, swelling, rumbling beneath our feet, preparing for an eruption that could change everything. Some of these volcanoes are surrounded by cities, some sit beneath oceans, and some are so powerful that a single eruption could impact the entire world. This is the most dangerous volcanoes that could erupt at any moment, and the truth is more alarming than you might expect. 1. Yellowstone Supervolcano, the sleeping giant of North America. Yellowstone isn't just a volcano, it is a supervolcano with a magma chamber large enough to devastate an entire continent. Its past eruptions were among the most violent in Earth's history, releasing ash across thousands of kilometers and altering the global climate. Today, scientists monitor it constantly. The ground rises and falls, geysers erupt unpredictably, and seismic activity frequently rattles the region. Though an eruption is not considered imminent, the potential consequences place Yellowstone high on the danger list. A major eruption would blanket large portions of the United States in ash, cripple agriculture, and disrupt global air travel. Even a moderate eruption could cause billions in damage. Yellowstone's threat isn't frequency, it's sheer destructive power. 2. Mount Vesuvius, the time bomb above Naples. Mount Vesuvius is infamous for destroying Pompeii and Herculaneum nearly 2,000 years ago. But what makes it one of the most dangerous volcanoes today is the enormous population living in its shadow. Over 3 million people reside near Vesuvius, including the densely packed city of Naples. Geologists classify Vesuvius as one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world, not because it erupts frequently, but because when it erupts violently. Its last major eruption in 1944 was relatively small compared to its historic catastrophes, but its magma system remains active and unpredictable. Emergency plans exist, but experts warn that evacuating millions of people with only days or hours of warning would be one of the greatest logistical challenges in modern history. 3. Mount Rainier, America's most dangerous peak. While Mount St. Helens gets more attention, Mount Rainier is considered far more dangerous. Its slopes contain massive amounts of glacial ice. If Rainier erupts, the combination of heat and ice could unleash enormous mudflows called lahars, fast-moving rivers of debris capable of burying entire towns. Several cities in Washington state, including parts of Tacoma and the densely populated valley regions, lie directly in the path of potential lahars. Even without a major eruption, a collapse of part of Rainier's unstable structure could trigger deadly flows. Rainier may appear peaceful, but beneath that snow-covered beauty lies one of the greatest natural threats to the United States. 4. Popocatépetl, the volcano choking Mexico City. Popocatépetl, known locally as El Popo, is one of the most active volcanoes in the Western Hemisphere. It towers over central Mexico and sits dangerously close to Mexico City, a megacity with more than 20 million residents. In recent years, Popocatépetl has shown increased activity, ash columns, explosions, and lava emissions. Even minor eruptions force the closure of airports, disrupt transportation, and affect millions. A major eruption could shut down the city, contaminate the water supply, collapse roofs under ash weight, and trigger mass evacuations. Its constant rumbling reminds scientists that the next big eruption is not a question of if, but when. 5. Mount Fuji, Japan's sacred and unsettled giant. Mount Fuji looks peaceful, iconic, picturesque, and serene, but beneath its perfect cone lies a dangerous truth. Fuji is an active volcano that hasn't erupted since the 18th century, and pressure is building once again. Japan's dense population and sophisticated infrastructure make Fuji's potential eruption especially catastrophic. Tokyo sits just 100 kilometers away, and even a moderate eruption could send ash clouds over the city, shutting down transportation, crippling the economy, and forcing millions indoors. Volcanologists warn that Fuji shows signs of unrest, and its long period of dormancy adds to the concern. If Fuji erupts, Japan could face one of the most disruptive natural disasters in its modern history. 6. Mount Merapi, Indonesia's most dangerous volcano. Indonesia sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, meaning it hosts some of the most active and explosive volcanoes on Earth. Among them, Merapi stands out as one of the deadliest. It erupts frequently, often with little warning, sending superheated clouds of ash and gas, called pyroclastic flows, down its slopes at terrifying speeds. Millions of people live in the surrounding region, including the city of Yogyakarta. Merapi's 2010 eruption killed hundreds and displaced hundreds of thousands. Since then, volcanic activity has remained elevated, and scientists warn that Merapi is building toward another major eruption. Merapi's danger lies in its combination of explosive power and the enormous population at risk. 7. Sakurajima, the volcano that never sleeps. Sakurajima in Japan is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. It erupts so frequently that locals are accustomed to ash falling like snow. But this constant activity masks a darker threat. A major explosive eruption is possible and could devastate the nearby city of Kagoshima, which lies just a few kilometers away. Scientists watch Sakurajima closely because pressure is building within its magma system. The ongoing eruptions relieve some of that pressure, but not enough to rule out a larger, more destructive event. Ash clouds, pyroclastic flows, and lava could all strike with little warning. Sakurajima's proximity to a modern city makes it one of the most closely monitored volcanoes on the planet. 8. Mount Etna, Europe's fiery monster. Mount Etna in Italy is one of the world's most active volcanoes, erupting frequently enough to be considered almost constantly active. Its eruptions send lava fountains into the air, create rivers of molten rock, and blanket nearby towns with ash. While Etna's eruptions are usually moderate, its sheer pace of activity and its ability to disrupt air traffic make it incredibly dangerous. Airports in Sicily often close due to massive ash clouds drifting into flight paths. Stronger eruptions in the past have caused destruction across the island. Etna may not be the most explosive volcano, but its relentless activity and unpredictable behavior keep Europe on alert. 9. Taal Volcano, the Southeast Asian threat. Located in the Philippines, Taal is notorious for its ability to produce explosive eruptions with almost no warning. Its 2020 eruption sent ash dozens of kilometers into the air, shut down Manila's international airport, and forced massive evacuations. What makes Taal uniquely dangerous is its geography. It sits in the middle of a lake, creating the potential for violent water-driven explosions called phreatomagmatic eruptions. These eruptions can generate deadly shock waves, ash storms, and volcanic lightning. Taal is classified as one of the country's most dangerous volcanoes, and its restless activity means another major event could strike at any time. 10. Campi Flegrei, the supervolcano under Naples. Just west of Naples lies a giant volcanic system far larger and more unpredictable than Vesuvius. Campi Flegrei. This supervolcano hasn't erupted in centuries, but seismic swarms, ground uplift, and gas emissions indicate that pressure is gradually rising. Campi Flegrei is dangerous not because of frequent eruptions, but because it could produce a catastrophic one. Past eruptions have reshaped entire regions. Today, the surrounding area is densely populated. A full-scale eruption could be devastating, not just locally, but across Europe. Scientists closely monitor the caldera, but predicting supervolcanoes remains incredibly difficult. 11. Mauna Loa, Earth's largest volcano, awakening again. Mauna Loa in Hawaii is the biggest volcano on Earth. Its eruptions are typically not explosive, but can be incredibly destructive due to fast-moving lava flows. When Mauna Loa erupts, it can send molten rivers racing toward towns, power plants, and roads within hours. Recent activity suggests that pressure is increasing. Even small eruptions can have massive local consequences, and the sheer size of the volcano poses long-term risks. Mauna Loa is a reminder that danger does not always come from explosions. Sometimes it comes from unstoppable lava. 12. The volcanoes that could change the world. Volcanoes have shaped human history. Massive eruptions have caused global cooling, failed crops, mass migrations, and widespread chaos. Several of the volcanoes active today are capable of producing events that would affect entire continents. These are the ones scientists fear most: supervolcano calderas, highly explosive stratovolcanoes, volcanoes near major cities, volcanoes with histories of sudden, violent eruptions. They are monitored 24/7 by satellites, seismic stations, gas detectors, and geologists. But even with modern technology, predicting the exact timing of eruptions remains incredibly challenging. The world is sitting on a network of geological time bombs. Some will erupt in our lifetime. Some may erupt very soon. So now that you've explored the most dangerous volcanoes on Earth, the ones building pressure, the ones threatening major cities, and the ones capable of reshaping the world, the question is, are we prepared? These volcanoes don't care about borders or politics. When they erupt, the entire planet feels their impact. If you found this deep dive fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another journey into the powerful forces that shape our world. And tell us in the comments, which of these volcanoes do you think poses the greatest threat?